Here we go, baby. Come on now. Come on. Come on. I see y'all. I see y'all. What's going on, everyone? What's going on? Welcome, welcome. 1 o'clock on the East Coast. Yep. 10 o'clock on the left coast. Wakey, wakey time. I hope y'all are super fired up. We have a coaching greatness webinar going on here. I hope you are so excited for today. This is going to be an awesome webinar. I'm going to be coaching my tail off for you. Before I get started, I got to show you, I'm in a very, very special space right now. And as you're coming on in, wow, we have a great turnout of people today. Please introduce yourself. Down below, introduce yourself, your city, state, and even country. We have people coming from all over the world right now. And as you're coming in, just got a phenomenal workout in. Yeah, I see y'all. So as you're coming on in right now, city, state, country, your name of your business, wherever you're at. I'd like to know your name of your business, your city, state, country, of course, on that. Yep, I see y'all. Welcome, Dave. What's up? Adam, good to see you all. Dave, good to see you. Good life is in the house. Yep. Hey, so as we get started, I'll give you a few minutes before we get rock and rolling. I am on the floor right now of my new franchise, Impact X Performance. What do all my friends over there say? We've got an amazing crew of people right now online from all over the place. Listen, look at all these people from all over the place. West Coast, East Coast, Canada's always showing up. I see y'all. Good to see everyone. Good to see everyone. Long Island is in the house. Janet, hello, hello. Tristan, thank you very much for being here. What a great turnout. Remember, put your city, state, and country, and don't forget your name of your business. I love to see who's showing up on our calls live. Yes, you will get this recording later on if you want to rewatch, because I'm going to be coaching my tail off in just a matter of minutes on coaching greatness. 5 ways to ignite your passion, your purpose, and of course, create more impact. Anyone else want to create more impact? Anyone? I'm going to fire you up in about 30 seconds. So if you're here right now and you're live with me, you're going to get access to something that no one else has seen, or very few people have seen, but you're going to see it. And we have something special going on because we talk about coaching greatness. I am right now in upstate New York, and I am in a place called Horseheads, New York. Horseheads, New York, one of our 7 locations here for Impact X Performance. And it is awesome. Why? Because we have all of our franchisees, teammates in the house. And since Sunday, we had performed better in Providence, Rhode Island on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Sunday, we came on over here. And we're now in upstate New York for the week, this week. All of our folks, and they're learning their hands-on stretching techniques called Impact Stretch Flow. My man, G-Wade. G-Wade, where you at? Look at it. Vice, here we go. Come on over, G-Wade. So just, I'm going to give you a little tour. Say hello to G-Wade in the house.
What's up,
G-Wade's in the house right here. We got people from all over the world right now, G-Wade. By the way, just so you see, G-Wade, what's going on over here? We call it Coaching Greatness. This is all Coaching Greatness over here. They're learning.
We've spent 2.5 days here teaching stretch flow technique to these guys.
Yep.
They've been engulfed in it, hands-on, teach, do. So you're seeing greatness happen right now.
Literally. You're also getting a sneak peek at all of the Impact X Performance and the transformation that's happening with our coaches, with our team, with our leaders. They're using the Theraguns right now. Some of them are using the Theraguns because of the complete flow on this called Coaching Greatness. And G Wade, Jersey. I see Jersey in the house. Always representing Jersey. And to give you the sneak peek of some of the things that are happening. Not quite yet, Kel. I'm not there yet. Take a look here. We've got Impact right there. I'm coming up here as I come in here. Welcome to the most positive webinar on the planet. I mean, positive place on the planet. That's right. I got a little mixed up thinking it was just a webinar. Everyone's so positive, dropping the heat right now. So as you do that, make sure you're dropping where you're from. I love all the energy I see right now. In the chat is lighting up like a Christmas tree. Great turnout here. Last couple announcements before I jump in. What I'd love to know is, what do you most want out of this webinar? What is it you most want out of this webinar? What is that you're like, man, I would really love to get this out of the webinar? We have coaches, we have teachers, we have massage therapists, we have yoga instructors. I see some even financial advisors on the call. This is good. We have all industries represented, not just trainers and coaches. Put it in there now, whatever you do. And what do you want out of this webinar? This is a masterclass, and I do want to teach the 5 ways when it comes to coaching of what we can do to really ignite the passion and the purpose inside. And what I'm most excited about is being here literally at the new facility here of IXP. And I see y'all. Thank you. FQ10, Fitness Quest 10's in the house. Always good to see where it all started in year 2000. Man, that was 24 years ago. Cray. Great to see all you guys back there as well. Good. Now I'm on the East Coast over here. Simply being the light. Doesn't matter where you're at. You could be the light wherever you're at around the world. And that's what I'm going to encourage all of you today, is to be the light, be the light, be the light. So if you put your city, state, and country in, if you have not yet done that, please do so. Also your business name. I want this to be a networking and connection standpoint for all of you who would like to connect and learn at the same time. And any questions that come up at the end of today's masterclass, I would love the opportunity to coach you and answer your questions at the end on anything I speak about. If there's something going on how I can best serve you, please make sure you drop your questions in the chat box right now on all things with that. So with that being said, when I have 10 people put some fire into the chat box saying, TD, I'm fired up, I'm ready to go, then let me know. And when I see 10 folks lighting it up in here, I see it. I see like 5. We have over 100 people on today's webinar. That's amazing. Thank y'all for being here. Right now, all of our coaches are getting their hands-on technique from G Wade here at IXP facilities, Impact Stretch Flow. I'm going to go into the office and rock and roll. JC leading the head here at Horse Heads. Say hello to all of our friends. Hello.
What's up, everybody?
He is the responsible one who has transformed this facility into an IXP. Any great thoughts here?
Yeah, coaching for greatness. Hey, surround yourself with great coaches. I can be who I am and be the light because of this guy right here. So you're on the right call, baby.
Man, oh man. So here we go. Rock and roll time, baby. Savory, what's happening? I love it. Hey, can y'all hear me good? Thumbs up, everyone. Thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. Shannon, good to see you. Bill, Rob. Hello, Dino in the house. Love it. Dino, man, let me just make sure everything is good to go here. I have such an awesome workshop for y'all today. Take out your pens, notebooks if you'd like to. Heather, good to see you. In just a moment, I'm going to get started. I also have Kelly Watson in the house. Kelly Watson. You're like, Kelly Watson's in the house? Yeah, she only lives like 3 hours from here. She drove down to Horseheads, New York. We have an East Coast reunion. Come here, Kelly. Say hello. Just say hello to Kelly, everyone. Everyone, please light up Kelly's. Say hello to Kelly.
Hello, everyone. Great to see you. I am so happy to be here. So fun to be live and to actually get a chance to see Impact X Performance in action here in Horseheads. And it's like to get this webinar going. So
yeah.
Let's go.
God, look at everyone probably lighting up the chat box from Kelly Watson, guys, as Kelly is, as I've always said, is one of the greatest coaches I know, bar none. And I know a lot of coaches. Hey, in the view, however you want to view this, whether you want to be in speaker mode, you want to be in whatever mode you want, feel free to put that in there now. I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to go through this rather quickly. If you need me to slow down and then say, TD, you're going at Jersey speed. Y'all know what Jersey speed is? It's really fast. So if, yeah, Bill's like, yeah, let's go, boy. So I like that when we come in here, in this coaching greatness, y'all see that good. 5 ways to ignite your passion and purpose. This is all about what are you going to do to take the steps necessary for you to live your best life. And that's what this is about. And my hope is that you can take this time to maximize, think, dream, write down, whatever it may be here today. Who's this for today? We've got people from all walks of life. Maybe you're a coach, trainer, fit pro. Maybe you're a teacher on that. And if you're a teacher, welcome. If you're from another industry, welcome. I think that is fantastic as well as we look at all of the folks that are coming in here. Man, oh man, y'all are just lighting this place up. Thank you very much. Some in the midst of a reinvention. Anyone looking for a reinvention in themselves? If so, this is the perfect spot for you. As you're like, hey, this is a good time to think, reflect. Anyone to look that wants more impact. If you're looking for more impact in your life, this is a good time to reflect, think, dream, write down on paper what it may be. And anyone that's growth minded. I designed this webinar over the last several weeks. I started talking. I'm going to do a coaching greatness because for the 25 plus years that I've been in the trenches training clients, athletes, kids, grandmas, moms and dads, trainers, coaches. We're going to talk about that today of, what is a great coach and what is it going to take for them to get to the next level. Kelly's going to be hitting folks who are coming into the box. So those of you who are just joining us, Kelly's taking great care of all of you. I also have Julie Wilcox back on the West Coast. Julie, welcome. Julie is also here, so give Julie some love back in San Diego. Here's what we're going to cover today. Well, I'm going to talk a lot about coaching greatness. So the first 25 minutes, I want to dive deep into the principles of greatness. Some of my top lessons and mistakes. Everyone always wants to know, TD, like, what are some of the top mistakes? Yes, I'm going to reveal some of the mistakes I've made, along with some of the things I've learned that are going to help you. If you are currently a coach, great. If not, maybe someday you will be. The one must do. What must you do as a coach, regardless of what kind of coach you are? I'll talk briefly at the end for anyone that wants to hear more about the next program I'm launching in September, about a month from now. So if you want to stick around, that opportunity does exist to stick around, and I'll invite a handful of you to that, because everything I do revolves around coaching. So if you want to be part of that very special opportunity for a small number of people, then that opportunity will be at the end. But I want to coach on greatness. So my question is this: who are you? Like, who are you? At your core, I always talk about your divine uniqueness. At your core, who are you? What makes you tick? You hear me saying, you just saw on the walls out here at IXP, is like, what makes your soul sing? Where your body moves and your mind, your mind dreams and your soul sings. What is it? What fires you up? What excites you? And if you can write some of these things down, it will really help you as well. Because when you think about your divine uniqueness, my divine uniqueness is as a mindset coach, as a coach who's worked in the trenches, training people physically for 25 plus years. I also realize between the physical training and the mindset coaching that I do, along with our mastermind program, my Impact X coaching program for high performers, these are non-fit pros, and all the people I've worked with, that mindset plays a huge role. So what is your divine uniqueness? Whether you're a coach or not, now we have people, again, I told you, we have attorneys on this call, we have financial advisors, insurance, we have all walks of life, because of the people who are either members at Fitness Quest 10, IXP, or any of your current members, or you're a coach, right? And you're like, hey, how do I coach the next level? Because for me, I share that as a divine uniqueness, I'm a coach driven to change lives. Like you, that's why I wake up like, who am I going to work with today? I woke up today with a little extra pep in the step in Horseheads, New York, thinking, all right, we're going to have an awesome webinar. Didn't know we're going to have 100 plus people on this bad boy. That is good hope for me that, hey, people want to get better. People are really seeking the next level on that. I know my mission is to teach and coach and motivate, empower others to be the best version of themselves. And hopefully today, in the hour or so that I have with you, this helps you get you to your next level. This is the start. Maybe a seed is born today inside of you. There's a seed inside that says, you know what? I got to step up. I'm going to get to that next level. And here's what I need to do in order to do that. So if it speaks to you, please write it down or reach out to me or Kelly or Lizzie Merritt, or Coach Julie, anyone that's here. When you say, who are you? Well, this is my family. And I'm really excited that in just a matter of a few days, I'm going to be further down south. I'm going to get to see my son here. He has a college football kickoff game this weekend. My son Brady, he's 19. He's in North Carolina as well. I got 2 in North Carolina. And my daughter, she's 16 going on 25. Anyone get that? Anyone y'all laugh? I just need to see a smile. Anyone else have teenage daughters? Anyone? So whoever that is, like for me, my 3 kids and my wife Melanie, this is part of what, this is part of who I am. It's part of also for yourself. Like, how do you juggle, your family time and prioritizing that along with all of your professional responsibilities? Because the bottom line is, when I'm like, hey, what's your legacy? Well, if you have kids, part of your legacy is putting your wisdom into your kids so they can have a great legacy as well. So I would love getting that time. I can't wait to see my son Luke this weekend down in Washington, D.C. after going to William & Mary in a couple days, as well as going to a book signing Wednesday night in Williamsburg, Virginia. football game Thursday, a book signing in Chantilly, Virginia, Saturday morning, and then a football game on Saturday afternoon. And let me tell you what, 15 cities in 3 months, that fires me up because I'm getting to meet great coaches like you. And these next 3 months, I'll be blanketing the U.S. because True Strength is coming all over the place. And I love seeing people that are fired up to do what you do. Here, thank God, Perform Better Providence was on fire. If you're a coach, show up live and be in the room. We had 800 trainers and coaches at PB this weekend. That fired me up on all aspects. We have life coaches, physical coaches, trainers, GMs of facilities. I love being in the room live. Maybe it's in a parking lot. It doesn't matter. Guys, I met a coach trainer named Mark. He's Latrobe, Pennsylvania, right outside Pittsburgh. His place burned down a few months ago. Imagine for those of you who have a gym, it burned down. You know, after we were talking to him for a while, he brought his whole team to put their oxygen masks on. It really touched me because I thought about that. Like, think about your community. All of a sudden, something like that happens. Well, what was really cool is Jeff said that his entire community helped him rebuild his facility in a different location. In about 4 days, they were up and running. The point is this. I don't care if you're training in a parking lot like this that has construction all over it, or you have some fancy facility like you just saw out here at IXP, or you have a 500 square foot facility or a 50,000 square foot facility. It's about who's showing up and how are you showing up and what's inside of you and what are the skill sets that you can change lives with. Like, how are you changing lives? And to me, that's what's most exciting about all of the things we're going to be talking about today for those of you who are coaches or want to be coaches. Here's some of the athletes. If I haven't met you yet or you haven't followed my career, Drew Brees, the upper left, Darren Sproles, my guy for 11 years, Drew for 22, Mike Chandler there with the boxing glove. Well, actually, that's me with the boxing gloves. I'm not sure why Mike's holding the mitts. But it should be the other way around. But Mike just had his fight canceled a couple months ago with Conor McGregor, and he's training now for another fight that'll soon be announced. You got Jameis Winston and some of my other guys there. Jordan Love, who I've been working with the Green Bay Packers. These are some of the guys I work with, but these are just the athletes. This isn't showing all the trainers and fit pros I just showed when you think about that, because what lights your soul up? When I ask you the question, what lights you up? What lights your soul up? I love having the opportunity to do this, whether it be on stage in front of 500 people or 50 people, or if it's one person. I just told the folks out here today, is like, if you have a crowd of one, then you got to show. You got to show if you got one, because the only way you get 2 or 20 is you got showtime when you got one. So you make sure that whatever you do, some of you may want to speak someday. Good. I can help you with that. We have a speaker's school that we can help you with. But the bottom line is, get out into your communities and speak and serve, whether it be kids in high schools. I'm going back next week. I'll be at Pastor Jeremiah's Christian schools to speak to about 1,200 kids. Speak more. Speak more. Get out there and speak. Watch what happens on the corporate level. Some of the folks, and as many of you know, I just wrote my 5th book. Has anyone read True Strength yet? Anyone read True Strength? If not, read it. It's going to bring everything I'm about to say to you to a whole different level, because there's going to be times in your life when you're at a high. There's the times when you're at a low. I'm just going to say this. If you're at a low now, or you're burnt out, frustrated, exhausted, whatever it may be, know there's a rebound for everything, right? The crest of the wave determines the depth of the valley. The depth of the valley determines the crest of the wave. If you're at a crest now, be full of gratitude. If you're in the valley now, be full of gratitude. It's all cyclical for life, and True Strength talks about that. And of course, Impact X Performance, where I sit right now on this Coaching Greatness webinar, all because of the 3.5-year period that I just endured and went through up until mid-summer 2023. And a year ago, when I had this vision, this download from above, and God said, all right, big boy, it's time to go to the next level. Are you going to step into it or not? That's the question that I'm answering myself in my own head when I'm out for a walk with the 4-legged pup called Jersey Dog. I'm like, I'm being called, but it's a little scary. I'm a little comfortable. I don't need to go there. Or do you? Like, that's between you and the big man. Like, are you going to step into the next best version of yourself on that? That's what Impact X Performance is for me. So I ask you these questions when it comes to your passion. Are you feeling the energy? Are you excited for what you're doing and how you're doing it? I hope the answer is yes. And many of you might be like, yes, I love what I do, but I'm a little fried. I'm a little burnt. I'm a little exhausted. I'd like my passion to go up a little bit more. I'm going to help you today. The purpose, are you on point? Ultimately, are you serving your deepest purpose? Your deepest purpose. And somebody like, I'm not really clear yet. Like my purpose has changed a little bit, or I'm looking to go deeper. Well, then that opportunity exists as well. Because lastly, when it comes to passion, purpose, and fulfillment, all of us, everyone on this call right now, live, or if you listen to it later on the recording, every one of us is seeking more peace, more joy, more happiness, more contentment. And if I can have an amen, anyone, please, in the chat box, hit amen, right? Like, thank God, like, this is what we all want. But how do you get that? The $10 million question is, how do we get more peace, more joy, more contentment, more fulfillment on that? It comes down with the congruency of your passion and your purpose and your skill sets, and marrying your skill sets with your divine uniqueness so you can take your passion and purpose and live it on a daily basis. Does that mean it's going to be easy? No. Does that mean there's going to be roadblocks? Yes. Does that mean there's going to be things that go in front of your face that are going to possibly deter you? Yes. But ultimately, when you're doing what you're supposed to be doing and you're on the right path and you seek that, now all of a sudden that leads you to your ultimate fulfillment. The question that you probably ask yourself is, coaching, training, why I do what I do, why do you exist? Why do you exist? You exist because someday when you die, someday they're going to say something about you. And hopefully you're going to die in many, 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 many years ago from now, like way back. Here's my tombstone statement. This is actually a really happy tombstone. This doesn't make me sad at all because I know that I'm going to die someday. I think everyone's going to die in this call someday. I'm not sure when, but most of you, there might be one person, I don't know if anyone's listening that's not going to die on that, but if you're going to die and you want to make a tombstone statement, this is your legacy statement, put 3, 4, 5 words down. I want to be known for this, guys. Father, husband, coach, leader, inspired millions to greatness, one by one. So whatever it is that is your tombstone statement, this starts coaching greatness, knowing what you want to be known for. What do you want to be known for? Write it down. Writing creates clarity. Clarity precedes genius. What do you want to be known for? I want to be known as a great dad and a great husband and a great coach and a great leader, someone who helped lead people into their best selves. Right? That's why you're here on a Tuesday afternoon here on the East Coast and late morning on the West Coast, right? Whatever that is, your purpose is to use what you do best to do work you love to produce results that matter most to you. I love that quote from Ken Coleman. It's a great quote. Talent, passion, and mission. What's the mission we're on? And are you firing on all pistons? Are you creating the impact you desire? My hope is yes. And if so, keep going. And if you are, sometimes you just need a little bit of a little kick in the booty, a little kick in the pants, say, keep going, attaboy, attagirl, we got this, keep going, you're changing lives. But if you're not, this is a great time just for some introspection to say, hey, how can I make a couple pivots? What can I do to add if something's missing? So if something's missing, maybe energy, or maybe you're not content, or maybe you're overwhelmed, or you're burnt, you're exhausted, you're stuck, you're stalled, you're frustrated, maybe you're not fulfilled. Like, have you ever been in a situation where this one of these has been at the forefront? I can raise my hand here if you're looking in the box, like, yeah, that's what true strength is all about. Because for 3.5 years, as I was fighting my back pain, incredible back pain, and doing all this soul searching of how do I get to the next level? I'm not content with just doing what I did for the first 20 years. I want to impact 100 million people, not 10 million people. And I'm going to go out and impact not just coaches and trainers, but I want to impact people who are sick or tired or exhausted or have mental disease or are suicidal, about to pop themselves. Like, I want to help more people be great. And the way I do that is through coaches like you, so I can help frame up these coaches to go out and impact thousands of people, right? So when you think about where are you at, and you reflect in the morning and you get quiet time, you get meditation time. Right now, I can't hear you. Please take in 3 really big, deep breaths. And let me hear you with those breaths. Like, as you exhale out with your breath, listen to your breath, because breath communicates life, and breath is a great communicator. Maybe there's some trepidation in your breath. Maybe there's some fear, or maybe there's confidence. Maybe there's great energy. But be aware of breath, because being on the inside and representing where you're at, like, this is a really good thing, because every single day I'm going to implore each and every one of you on this call to take the time for you, because that's living with impact. And impact, there's not been one webinar or one keynote talk where I'm not going to talk about living inspired, mastering your craft, playing at world class, taking action, conditioning for greatness, or playing with tenacity. Y'all say tenacity. Y'all know what next week is? Monday here in the States. I know we got people from all over the world listening in. Next week on Monday, it's called Labor Day. And next Monday on the podcast is Labor Day. And there's a special significance to Labor Day. I'm looking at all y'all smiling on there, because if you're smiling, that means you know what Labor Day is all about. So just listen to the podcast next Monday. You'll know what it's about. If not, this week it's all about the 3 kids. I have my 3 kids on there, but being tenacious is a part of that. So when it comes to coaching greatness, roll up your sleeves, everyone. Roll up your sleeves. Good, good, good. Roll up your sleeves. Get ready to rock and roll. Pens are in hand, because this is coaching greatness right here. What's a great coach? You know, in defining what coaching greatness is all about, like, what's a great coach? What is a great coach? A great coach is someone who's committed to motivating, inspiring, and empowering another person to be the best they can possibly be on all levels, mind, body, and spirit. A great coach is empathetic and empath. They're driven. They're a great listener. They want to do good, and they're willing to have the discipline to do good. They have the ability to help one tap into their best self. You have that ability or not? Can you tap into people or not? They walk the talk and emulate greatness in all they do, personally and professionally. Quick side note: if you're not great in all these areas, that's okay. Take a deep breath. Either am I. No one's perfect. No one's a great coach. I had 20 coaches in the middle of the huddle here at IXP today. I said, guys, I'm going to teach you about what a huddle does. I don't care when you're talking in the huddle. They're not always going to remember what you said, but they're going to remember how you made them feel. Great coaches allow someone to go deep inside themselves and awaken the spirit, the soul, the energia to take action so that they can go live their best life. For the moms and the dads, the people who go out and work all over the community. That's what a great coach does, is the spirit within you. Tap into that. When I ask you the question, who are some of the top coaches in the world? Can you in the chat box right now? I want to see if I have anyone that can guess 3 of the coaches I'm about to share with you. So in the chat box, who are some great coaches that exist? Kelly, if you can look in the chat real quick, Kelly, who are some of the names that are coming in the chat box with the coaches? Do we have any?
We got John Wooden.
John Wooden.
Coach Wolf.
Coach Wolf. Yes. Who else?
Nick Saban.
Nick Saban.
Vince Lombardi.
Lombardi.
Dabo Sweeney.
Dabo Sweeney.
Coach K.
Coach K.
Todd Durkin.
Oh, that's some illustrious. Dungy, no doubt about it. We have any females coming on in there? What do we got? Kelly Watson. I see it. Kelly Watson. Very good. Very good. Here's the deal. As Kelly's leaning out, like, someone must have been looking at my slide deck in advance, because I put these ones out. By the way, that's Pat Summitt. Pat Summitt, the University of Tennessee, unbelievable coach, Pat Summitt. And there you go. There's our guy from UConn. That's Jill Ellis. Got to put Jill Ellis in there. She was the U.S. Olympic soccer coach when the girls won the World Cup back in the early, what was that? With Mia Hamm era. And she's also a fellow William and Mary alumni. So Jill Ellis, great coach. There's a lot of great coaches. The best in the world, though, is this guy right here. Someone said it, Coach Wolf. That's my guy. That's my guy. That's my dude right there. You know why he's the best in the world? Because I was a young boy when my parents got divorced when I was 5 years old, and my oldest 2 brothers played for him. He started coaching in 1958 and didn't retire till, like, I don't even know. It was like in the 2000s. Coach Wolf, when I was growing up in middle school, he'd pick me up in middle school, and then he'd take me to the high school to throw with the varsity quarterbacks when I was an 8th grader. And he'd have conversation with me, tell me how good I was. He believed in me. He believed in me. Coach Wolf believed in me so much to the point when I was a freshman in high school, I had the opportunity to start as a freshman for the varsity because he believed in me. Coach Wolf, after my father died when I was in college, he'd drive down 7 hours from New Jersey, Brick, New Jersey, to Williamsburg, Virginia, when I was playing a football game at William and Mary. And Coach Wolf, the best coach in the world, would come down by himself 7 hours on a Saturday after a Friday night game, and he'd sit in the stands and watch the game. And then after the game, he'd slip me a handshake. And in that handshake, he'd often slip me some money, $100. Guys, I don't know about you. $100 is a lot of money now, and it's a lot of money then. But he knew that I needed a little extra money. There wasn't NIL back in the day. There was no NIL. That was my NIL deal. And that wasn't why he was great. It was because he drove the 7 hours and took the time to come down and spend it with me on that. Who's your coach, Wolf? Who's the coach in your life that's impacted you in business or life or your spiritual walk, whoever that is? And how can you emulate them even more? How can you spend even more time with them or reflect on the lessons of the greatest coaches in the world? Because the greatest coaches have a lot of these different characteristics: belief, overcoming adversity, vision, and focus. They're all mentally tougher. They drive this. Discipline. Run it again. Run it again. Today's Labor Day. We're going to labor on Labor Day. We don't take holidays. We labor on Labor Day. Guys, next Monday, if you need me, just email me because I'll be working. There will never be a Labor Day where I don't work because of Coach Wolf instilled this at the age of 17 that Labor Day we work. I'm not telling you to work. I'm just saying how great coaches can impact you to do things that no one else does. That was Coach Wolf for me. But the greatest, as Coach Wooden said, and I do believe that Coach Wooden is one of the greatest coach of all time, was all great coaches have love. They love their people. They're empathetic toward their people, whoever that is, your team. They love their people. They'll do what they have to do to make sure they get the best out of their people. And Coach Wooden's got great stories about love and how he loved his teammates, and whether it's Bill Walton or someone else. So when I ask you the top traits of the greatest coaches, what are they? Well, you're going to hear from this girl in just a little bit. Her name is Yvette Salva. And Yvette Salva is one of the girls I coach, and I've coached her for now close to a decade. But this was after a very, very deep impact retreat we had in Utah many years ago. And Yvette had shared with me after the retreat that one of her best friend's young sons, just about 15 years old, had just committed suicide. Now, I didn't know someone was snapping a picture, but when she gave me this picture, well, I'm not going to steal Yvette's thunder here in a little while, but I can just tell you this. How can we be better listeners? Listen today with your eyes, not your ears. Listen with your eyes, not your ears. Guys, I can see a lot of you in the box right now, those of you with your videos on. And I can tell you this is today's day, you got to connect with your eyes. The eyes are the windows to the soul. So make sure you connect with your eyes. You got to make sure you ask the right questions and then listen. Let your people talk. This is my man, Jeff Bristol. He's my business partner at Fitness Quest 10. Great coaches care and build great communities. During the pandemic, Jeff was showing up at clients' houses in like his board shorts and doing fitness workouts in the pool because, well, it was hot. And he's like, hey, we'll do a pool workout. Like, he wasn't letting people off the excuse of because the gym is closed, you can't work out. But the best coaches in the world care about their people and they build great communities. Fitness Quest 10 has a great community. Impact X Performance already has a great community with 7 locations and growing. Your community, I hope, is one that is really strong and you pour everything you have into your community. This is a Pastor J, Pastor Jeremiah. I call him Dr. J. Great coaches coach people from the inside out instead of the outside in. Read that again. Great coaches, the best in the world, they coach people from the inside out. Coach from people's emotions and soul. Touch their spirit. Yes, if you're a trainer or you're in the physical world, people might come in to lose fat or to lose inches or they want to feel better. Good. Help them do all those things. Help them lose fat. Help them lose weight. Help them improve their nutrition. Hold them accountable, no doubt. But let me tell you what, when you can start changing their mind, their body, and their spirit, now you can change a life. And that's what today's about, is how do you change more lives on that? Because number 4 is great coaches meticulously prepare and then work hard over time. I was talking to Coach Tom Dexter this morning. He's in Connecticut. He leads Impact X team number 2. These are high performers. And Tom Dexter and I have known each other for 36 years. And we were talking about in today's day, he coaches high school football in addition to Impact X, about how one of the best things we can teach all of our young men and women today is preparation and consistency. How do we meticulously prepare? Like, not just show up and we have some things on paper, but how do we prepare like no one else does to be a 1%er? How do you do that? And how do you also have the discipline
and the consistency to do this day after day, week after week, month after month, quarter after quarter, year after year, decade after decade to show up despite high times and low times. The best coaches do that. And I know there's some of you on here that are living that right now. The best coaches are mission driven. What's your mission? You saw over the wall here at IXP, be the light. That's our mission. FQ10 right here, all about creating that impact if you believe you will achieve. Like, what is your mission in life? Write your mission down and go on a mission or go on a crusade. And if that's not yours, then join mine. Get on the mission crusade to go be the light and change more lives, to create impact worldwide. We will reach 100 million people, and you're part of that today for being on this webinar. When I say all great coaches have mentors, that's my guy, LaDainian Tomlinson, and Drew in the upper right there. LT was my first client I started working with in year 2003. He's now the gold jacket member of the Hall of Fame. On this, my man, Wayne Cotton. I think Wayne is on here or was on here. And guys, I'm not sure why today, but as I'm talking about my mentors, I'm getting emotional. Coach Wolf and Wayne. I may need a whole nother webinar just on Wayne, but I can tell you this. There's special people who are going to come into your life at just the right time. And Wayne Cotton, for that time of my life, came in at the right time. And 27 years later is still in my life and still inspires me to do what he does. He's still someone that when we get on the phone and we talk shop, it's amazing how he still speaks life into me, because some people just speak differently that resonate with you. Wayne Cotton is that guy for me. You see my sister Patty there. She's my oldest sister of 5. And she told me about the power of listening to your gut and your intuition. You see Randy Hetrick here. Randy and I go way back. Randy created the TRX. If you're in the fitness field, and you know Randy at all, you also know Randy was a SEAL Team 6 member and leader of SEAL Team 6. Not only is he one of my best friends, he's one of the best leaders I know in the good times and the tough times, because he went through a tough time like I did in 2020, 21, and 2. And this cat just keeps getting up and up and up. And he's a great coach. He's a great mentor. He's a great friend. And number 7, last one on this, great coach have the ability to inspire and instill belief. How do you inspire in other people? How do you inspire people, and how do you help people believe in themselves? And let me start with your kids, because the kids are the hardest part. Your kids are the toughest because they don't want to listen to mom and dad. So that relationship is really important that you have with your kids and those you coach, whether it be moms or dads, grandmas or grandpas, young boys or girls, whoever that is. When it comes to inspiring, the best coaches in the world inspire and believe. And don't forget, the and then some is they all have a great mindset, the growth mindset. We have to continue to grow. Whether you're 21, you're 20, 25, you're 33 or 83. Pastor Jeremiah at 83 years old, I still am enamored with his growth mindset. And when he talks about what he wants to do to impact his people, his like millions of people, the growth mindset is what skills, techniques, knowledge can I learn to enhance my coaching? Because I believe all of us on this call today are coaches. All of us. Now, I share with you, I'm going to share some lessons. I got 5 rapid fire. And by the way, please drop your questions in here right now. Any questions you have on what I'm talking about. Number 1, attitude's contagious. Can I get an amen? Light it up right now. Attitude's contagious. Maybe already the vibration in your household or your gym or your office has changed just from right now listening to 100 other people, seeing the positivity come through the chat box. It's called contagiasm, contagious enthusiasm. Attitude's contagious. Remember, it's not about you, it's about your clients. Yes, it's important that you take the best care of yourself, and I'm going to get to that in a moment. But remember, coaches, especially young coaches getting into the game, we got to make it about our clients and our members on that. And then they're going to want to learn more about you and what you've walked through. Early on in my career, I thought I had to prove myself. So I'd be talking about my football career and this and that. That's not important. That was just because of lack of confidence in myself. Now you don't start with all of that. You're going to start with them. And how can I help you get you to where you want to go with your life, with your business? How can I help you get your coaching to the next level? And when you speak and listen, you're like, man, I can really be helped by this guy or this gal. That's how you grow your skill set. The best coaches in the world what I've learned, and I've been around the best athletes in the world, the best coaches in the world, and I've been very, very fortunate to be around these people. And I've learned the top 5 lessons of coaches. They have winning routines and habits, and they have discipline to do the little things that most people don't feel like doing over and over again. You got to have the discipline for winning habits. That means what you're watching, what you're listening to, and what you're thinking about. What you think about. What you think about is what you speaketh about. What you speaketh about is what you becometh about. So what you think, you become. That is true. That is a true statement. So make sure we clean that up. Most people get in the way of themselves and undervalue themselves. Read that again. Most people, most coaches undervalue themselves. Like, I'm not saying, oh, you should go out and double your rates tomorrow, but I can tell you this, the value you bring typically is a lot higher than $100 an hour or $150 an hour or $250 an hour. What if I could tell you that I could save your life because you start working out or you start working on yourself and your dreams become something that you go create a new business or a new career or a new opportunity, and that turns into $1 million, a $10 million business. I was just on with someone earlier today on the IXP side who's looking to join our team, who, crazy story. I'm not going to get into it. I'm just going to tell you this. Maybe you want to take all of the great money that you're earning or have earned or will earn, and you're going to then go give it back to all that darkness that's out there because of what you're going to proliferate. That's called impact. That's how you don't get in your own dome. And if that's the case, then you got to snap your band, and you got to snap it today, because most people undervalue themselves. We don't want to be in that position. And lastly, the better you get, the better you get. Read that again. The better you get, the better you get. So how good can you be? In 2020, when I made all these shifts and changes in my business and my life, and then the back went out and my knee replacement, I was like, man, like God's calling me to do something even greater. I don't know what it is yet. I didn't have a crystal ball. I didn't have a game plan of all that. I just knew I was being called to the next level, and I had to have faith and trust on that. And those lessons helped me with that. But along those lessons, there's also been mistakes. There's mistakes along that. And this is in the weeds, by the way, this one. If I could go back to like 2005, I used to crush people. like how hard can I work somebody, right? It's different now. Like when I'm working with these guys and gals, I'll work them training wise. But I also know for how hard you work someone, there's got to be recovery. There's got to be even more recovery for our world-class athletes and our world-class performers, moms and dads, because the more stress you have, you got to work it out, and then you got to go recover even harder. Amen, anyone on that one? So a little too much volume on that. Not enough blue sky mellow yellow time. Thank you, Wayne Cotton. I'll never forget it, Wayne, asking me over by the treadmill downstairs, hey, are you getting up blue sky time and mellow yellow time? I'm like, no, I'm not. He's like, you better shift that real quick. Otherwise, you're going to end up like your father, dead at the age of 58. If that don't knock you flat on your face, huh? If you want more green machine money, you better start taking more blue sky time and mellow yellow time. Blue sky time, working on your business. Mellow yellow time is time off. I never heard those words more clear. I don't know if there's ever a webinar I talk about where I would talk about peak performance and peak productivity that I don't share that. You want more information on that? Go to nobrowndays.com. Wayne's got it all there. Nobrowndays.com is a resource for you. But you got to get more blue sky time, mellow yellow time. That's why we're all going to Montana, guys. If you're on one of my coaching teams, we'll go to Montana. And you're on this call right now, you want to go to Montana, you can call to Montana too. Trying to do it all myself. I learned that teamwork makes the dream work. I know this resonates with a lot of people, but we do have solopreneurs. That doesn't mean you have to go get people and you have to hire them, but your team could be your accountant, could be your attorney, it could be your spouse, it could be a bookkeeper. Don't do it all yourself. You can't be great at everything. Like, I'm horrible at red tape. Red tape is organization. Blue sky, mellow yellow, red tape, and green machine. I'm horrible at organization. I don't do that. I'm not good at it. So hire people that can help you do that on your team on that. Try to do it all yourself and you're going to fail. It is said that he or she who goes alone, right, goes fast. He or she who goes far goes together. Go together with your people. And the one must do as a coach, the one must do is this. You got to find your deepest joy and fulfillment in your life. You got to find that joy and fulfillment that we're all seeking. and ultimately it comes about serving your ultimate purpose. The one must do is this. Ask yourself this question right now, as long as you're not driving and you close your eyes, is what is it that you can do even more of that is going to allow you to fulfill your deepest purpose and find more joy in? Because when you find the joy and you find the fulfillment and you are on point with your action steps, take action daily, that's going to align, and ultimately that's going to lead you to more time, energy, and money freedom. Time, energy, and money freedom to do more of the things that you enjoy doing, because you don't want to just work all the time. You need to enjoy other aspects of life. Life's important. So I think about that. That often means changing, but no one likes changing. No one, none of us. Like, it's hard to go through change. Read True Strength. I talk about it. None of us love battling adversity, but you got to do it. Surround yourself with other people who are fighting. And that means investigating yourself and going deep. That remembers, like, why do I exist? Where do I want to go? And find a band of brothers and sisters that aren't going to leave your side when you're in the trenches. Wayne Cotton knows this. Kelly Watson knows this. Julie Wilcox knows this. Tom Dexter knows this. Those people in my corner, Jeff Bristol knows this. When you're down and out and you're at a low, you got to make sure you're doing things that are going to pull you out. Miles McPherson, Pastor Miles, you know this. Pastor Jeremiah, you know this. Like, who is your tribe of people? Find the people in your tribe and stick with those people. Because let me tell you what, when you take action on the things that you got to do to get to where you want to go, now all of a sudden life starts to change. And that change becomes positive change, because all of us want to evolve. If you don't like the word change, then use progress. How are we progressing? Are we changing? How are we progressing? How are we evolving? Where do you want to go to? Matter of fact, in Montana, I'm going to share with you my 2025 God-Sized Dreams Planner is coming out in November for those who attend that retreat, because I am so excited for what's going to come to coach people about where they're going to be going in the next 12 to 18 months. So opportunity exists to deepen your coaching and help you create even more impact. So I'm going to share in a moment here some of the things I'm working on that I can further help you. But I wanted to share coaching greatness with you, because here's the bottom line. The opportunity that exists, it's not a mistake, because all in the last 25 years, everything I've done has led to this right here. People need coaches now more than ever. Can I get an amen to that statement? Coaches need coaches. People need coaches. All of our clients and members need coaches. If you coach anyone, think about all the people. You're probably hitting less than 3% of the population in your own community. Less than 3%. So if you're ready to help people go from all of these things, unfulfilled, lost, lacking purpose, stuck, helping people, like, you want to give more. And if you're ready to help more people go from that to this, fulfilled, focus, clear on your purpose, more energy, you want to help people transform their life, and you want to help people with more impact, well, then guess what? Then there's an opportunity to do that. There's an opportunity to do that, and that's all coming down the pike for you. Yes, you're probably doing that now. How do you do even more of that? How do you create even more impact with that? If you want to be people are struggling, but you don't have all the experience or confidence to give them what they need, or you're lacking that, or you train clients and like from the outside instead of the inside, you want to transform them from the inside out. Maybe you've been feeling a little bit unfulfilled. Maybe you're happy. Does this resonate with anyone? There's just a little bit something like there's another level. I don't know how to get there, but I feel like I'm being called, but I just don't know how to get over the hump. Is that anybody? Because I've been there before. And the outside world's telling you, man, you're so successful. You've created all these products and programs. Yeah. Well, how do you help someone where you used to be? That's what I'm about to do. Because if you know you are ready to step into an even better version of yourself, you're like, man, I'd love to coach with some of your people, Todd. If you want to be part of my growing team, our team is growing right now, guys. I'm telling you, the TDE team is growing, and I want to provide an opportunity for anyone who wants to step into that today, because the more people I help, the more times I'm speaking, I need more help in coaching people. And when I say coaching, we're talking coaching on all levels. But I'm introducing to you today, the Todd Durkin Impact Life Coaching Program that is now available to you. We are starting our program in less than 1 month. In just a few weeks, well, only one time a year, my friend. This is only the second time I'm doing it. And we had a great group of people in cohort number 1 last year. This is the second time. September 15th, I'm starting my Tieren Impact Life Coaching Program. If you're being called to work closer with me and you want to coach more people, not coach them necessarily just in the trenches, but how do you take your current clients and do more life coaching? I call it success coaching. You want to do more success coaching with them, life coaching with them. Well, the opportunity to use the system that we're using with our life coaching program so that you now can do that. What does that look like? Like, what does it mean? Guys, it's a 6-month intensive live coaching program. My team and I have worked arduously over the last 18 months. 18 months. This is not a weekend cookie cutter program that is just going to like give you a certification to be a life coach. Hogwash. There's enough of them doing that and charging you 3 times the amount of money that the cost of this program at the Tieren Impact Life Coaching Certification is all about. If you want to deepen your impact to the world, I'm telling you, you could be like one of our folks in the first cohort that they're already coaching people all out. The mission is to create more impact by equipping more purpose-driven men and women to become elite level life coaches. We have people in our program that were life coaches in other programs, took ours, and regrettably, I'll just say spent. They'll say wasted. They spent a lot of money in other programs and they wish they would have just found ours the first time. Here's the features, and I'll go through this and you could ask questions, please. It's 3 months intensive curriculum. Every darn week, there's a new portal dropping. Every week. There's a 3-month residency program, like a doctor, but you're a life coach. Coaching portal and playbook. There's weekly live group coaching calls, weekly. There's a private coaching community. There's access to your coaches and myself and the people who are in the program. And there's opportunity to be part of my impact coaching team. I'm not looking for hundreds of life coaches. I'm looking for some people who want to be serious about changing more lives in their studios or in their business, or you want to reinvent yourself into becoming a Tieren Impact Life Coach. Now, just to go a little bit deeper, the first 3 months, so you understand this before you're like, hey, I want to be in. I want the right people in. I don't want just anyone in. I don't want dibble dabbles in there of like, hey, I'm an impact coach, because we do at the end have a test to make sure that you can pass the test so we can confidently go out and say you're a Tieren Impact Life Coach who differs from all of the other programs out there. Module 1, Foundation of Coaching Greatness. Module 2, Understanding Human Behavior. And by the way, these are some deep programs, trust me. Module 3, program-specific training to coaching impact. And module 4, building your coaching brand and coaching business. And it's all of the business that I have learned when it comes to coaching over 25 plus years. And now in the life coaching world and the physical training world, we have it as one of our pillars inside of Impact X Performance. I started this franchise. It's one of our 4 pillars: faith, fitness, recovery, and life coaching. Every one of our soon to be in several years, hundreds of franchises are going to have one of you life coaches coaching people at the facilities, because you don't have to be there always physically. You can do it like this. We're doing it now, Zoom. So every one of our Impact X Performance facilities, as we grow, you're growing if you're part of the program. You see where I'm going with that? 3-month intensive curriculum. The coaching portal, you get videos, coaching tools, and teaching content. Kelly Watson, thank you so much for being the director of all of our coaching programs. But when you look at all this, you're like, man, TD, how do you get all done? It's called teamwork. Lizzie Merritt, Kelly Watson, Julie Wilcox, the Dexter, all these guys, they're part of your team now. It's not just me doing this. We've got a great team of people who are help you become successful. The residency program, my goodness, TD, what the heck are you doing? That's right. We're not messing around, because when you look at all these things, you're going to start working with clients. I want you to have clients. This is not just something like, hey, get a certification over the weekend and you can say you're this, but you don't work. We want people changing lives. Receive ongoing mentorship, live group coaching calls. I said this is after the first 3 months, phase 2. And then we're going to do role playing and scenarios. You're going to be coaching. So until we turn you to the wolves and you're out there coaching more people. Well, what's your investment, Todd? Like, how much does this cost? It sounds like it's going to be a lot of money. Well, here you go. This is what you get for your investment. Access to all 6 months. You actually get it for the year, even though it's a 6-month curriculum. Access to all of our impact coaching tools and systems. brand building strategies. This is as much a business and brand building program as all of the tactics, tools, and systems that you can use when you become a Todd Durkin Impact Life Coach. And then we have an incredible network of people, an extraordinary network of people that you're going to have access to, both in our mastermind program with our life coaches that exist now in Impact X. You're going to be around some of the most passionate, purpose-driven people on the planet. And when I say that, I mean it. I'll go to bat with it. If you're going to be in Montana, you'll see it firsthand if you're going to be in Montana. And a couple other things there on the right. Yeah, you're going to have a graduation ceremony opportunity if you want to come out to San Diego and graduate like our people did on the first cohort. You'll have that opportunity as well there. So what does that mean? How much does it cost? $20,000? It should be, but it's not. You're like, oh, okay. How much does it cost? Right? Is it 15,000? No, not 15, but 10,000 is a good number. We should just keep it at $10,000 because let me tell you what, someone you're going to hear from in a moment paid over $10,000 for a coaching program and said that the Impact Life Coaching Certification Program was valued at 3 times more than that and $5,000. It's not even that, guys. Today, shoot, $39.99 for the 6-month and a year license? Nope, not today. It's not. Guys, early bird. It starts September 15th until September 9th. I'm telling you, the second cohort, the price will not be this next year. It will not. As we have gotten better and better and better, I told Kelly and Lizzie and Julie, guys, my second round, you guys here, $34.99 for the 6-month, the 1-year license and everything I just mentioned. That is the price of the program. And you get all of those things and a full 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're like, man, this is as good as I thought it was, then just simply ask for your money back. Say, Kelly, Julie, Todd, Lizzie, I don't like the program. We've never had anyone do it. Our 44 people, not one person wanted their money back. They actually wanted to pay more. Literally, I had someone say, I feel guilty, but I said, no, don't worry about that. Bonuses. If you're part of the life coaching certification program, guys, you can come to Montana. It's valued at $999, $1,000. Here's the dates. It's already set. Impact X Performance is going to be there. My masterminders and life coaches will be there from the first cohort. I'm going to welcome anyone that joins here today or from now until September 9th, that if you want to join our Impact Life Coaching Certification, you will have access. You will have access to come to Montana. I don't know if you've been following me for any length of time, but you know how important and integral Whitefish, Montana is to me. I'm building a retreat center there. You're going to get access to everything that's going on behind the scenes with what I'm doing there in Whitefish, and it is gorgeous. And also, bonus number 2, we have that graduation in March if you would like to. And I say it's a few $1,000s, guys. When this team right here of life coaches joined us in San Diego for 2.5 days last year, let me tell you what, they were absolutely on fire and loved every aspect of being together after studying for so long. As a matter of fact, I believe that I have 2 of them on the line right now. I'm going to give them a minute or 2 real quick just to share their experience in that. So you're like, man, I really want to be part of it, but I don't know, like, is it going to go to $10,000 next year? I'm not going to tell you because I don't know, because I'm going to pour into each and every one of you who are part of this second cohort. But when you apply, all you got to do is go to this. There's the website, toddurkin.com. If you go to toddurkin.com, there's a link, or if you want the direct link, I'll have Kelly put it in the chat box right now, toddurkincoaching.com/impact-certification. You can click the link or just go to toddurkin.com if you didn't catch it. And we'll have all of that there for you to look at the page I had done. I wrote it down. I said, everything that's in that you have access to. There's no smoke and mirrors here, my friend. This is the real deal. You're going to get 3 times the value, if not more, from the cost of the program. Guys, Rob Barr and Yvette Salva. You're going to hear from Rob in a moment. Yvette Salva, I just had the opportunity with Yvette to interview for the podcast in Providence last week. She has an amazing story. She just wrote a book called Booze, Blow, and Pancakes. Booze, Blow, and Pancakes. Yes, that's the name of her book. Get her book. It just came out. She published it with Scripter Publishing. Get her book. It's amazing. But is Yvette Salva here on the line. I'm not sure if she's here, but is Yvette on the line? If she is, Yvette, unmute yourself, and I want to have you come on here if you can. Unmute yourself, and then we'll see if she's on here. Yvette, can you hear?
Here.
You're here.
I'm here. I don't
Hey.
look like that picture though. That picture's got some filters on it.
I love it. Hey, Yvette, it was good to see you in Providence, but real quick, I know you took another life coaching certification program back in the day. Just talk for a moment if we can hear you. Okay, very good. Thank you. What prompted you to get involved with this life coaching certification after already being you're a trainer and a life coach. You're a trainer and a life coach. Why did you take a second life coaching certification program?
Well, I saw your email and I was like, you know what? That gut whisper you spoke about? I had that. And this is what I'm telling you guys about Todd Durkin. I know him from just the fitness community, but I said, Todd, I'm interested in your program. And I'll never forget it. It was a Saturday at 11 a.m. and he called me up. He's like, what's up? I was like, what's up, bro? He said, you thinking about doing this? And I'm like, no other person is going to call you and say, this is what we offer. And what I got out of it, on the first program, I spent $15,000. It was very corporate. I'm not a corporate type of girl. I'm never going to write kind regards on an email. Not going to happen. I couldn't be myself. It just didn't flow with me. I was feeling very stuck. I was in a breakup relationship. And when I'm in that place, I need to get my head into something. I was stuck, like in that sense, it's not that bad. Like in that misery of not doing anything. I'm like, I just can't follow him on social media. I got to get the fuck out of my head. Oops, sorry. And so I said, I'm going to do this. And let me tell you, I was my first client. I learned so much about changing my own life. And I became very clear on my passion, which is helping the still sick and suffering alcoholic or drug addict, because I was that. And I got very clear, but it also helped me in my parenting skills. It helped me communicate with others. Like there's so many skills. Like you hear Kelly Watson speak and you're like, wow, but there's skills behind everything you do, she does, Lizzie does. And learning that how human behavior works blew my mind. I was sold. And the community, like, it doesn't matter if I just had basically the $4,000 to sign up. I just took a risk. And then I got the retreat and I got live community and practice coaching and friends. I mean, with the other program, they left me out to the woods. I'm like, hello, anyone home? Todd, your people are the best in the world. Because of you, I wrote a book. Because of you, I'm speaking. Because you have the belief in me and your crew. And that's all I got for you. But what about these guns? You see these?
Hey, Yvette. Yvette, thank you very much. And guys, Yvette, can you please put your Instagram into the chat box? Because guys, Yvette Salva, remember that name. Listen to her podcast. I think it's going to be next week. In the next couple of weeks, you'll hear her podcast on the Impact Show podcast. She's going to change thousands of lives, people who are in recovery, people who have been down a crazy path, and her life coaching and her training, she is primed for big time transformation with people. So just mark my word right now. I got you, Yvette, and I'm really, really excited. I also see a lot of other people tuning in from our past programs. So thank you, Vicky. I just saw it pop up. There's other people, but Vicky Cable, thank you. Jess Marat, thank you. Rob Barr, Detroit Athletic Club. Rob and I have known each other for a long time, took the program as well. Rob, anything to share from your takeaways, Rob, because you're a full-time manager at one of the most exclusive clubs in America, and you did this more for like kind of a side hustle, more to get the skills that you could kind of have some ancillary revenue and change more lives. But Rob Barr, if you can unmute yourself if you're there. And
I'm here.
I'm
here. And hey, I am live from Detroit, the future home of the Super Bowl champs.
Yeah.
I'll just say that right now. No, seriously, TD, I don't necessarily want to follow Yvette, but you know what? Whatever. Hey, I got into this program primarily because after coaching with Kelly and you and several others, I found out listening to those whispers that I wanted to coach. Yes. I wanted to shine my light. Sitting people in my desk and helping them live their best life is really what it was all about, right? So I went into this program about really looking at how can I help my leadership team at the DAC become the best versions of themselves. It was all about helping them live their best lives. It was about pushing them. It was about discovering. It was about listening. Going through this whole experience really impacted me in a lot of different ways. Like Yvette, it's about self-discovery. It's about delving deep and understanding the human behavior and limitations and emotions and motivations and all the things that come with that. And your program did that. And it really, it became life's transformation. The certification progress, it challenges you. It challenges you, and it's incredibly rewarding. It causes you to look at your own belief system and look at in different ways and see it from other viewpoints and look through a different mirror and have a different lens on. It was about importance of global listening, empathy, non-judgmental support. The overall life certification course was a powerful journey of self-discovery. There's no better way to explain it than that. It was the best investment I've made in myself in a very long time. And that's what it was. It was about looking at myself and saying, hey, I'm worth this. I want to do this, and I want to shine the light, and I want to be the light, right? So at the end of the day, I went from the aspect of, hey, I want to do this for the DAC, to now I just launched my new website, Performance Mindset. I'm doing it within the DAC, but I've now stepped out to reach even a larger group of people. The community is awesome. The feedback and the coaching we still get from you guys is tremendous. Best decision I've made in my life, except for marrying my beautiful wife, who's still.
You better. I was gonna say you better.
And
Hey,
I'll be
Rob.
honest. I was on this call about a year ago. You made me think about what I wanted to do. My wife, a shout out to her, because she kicked me on my rear end and told me I needed to do this. And I've not looked back. So it's been a great time.
Rob, hey, thank you for that. What would you say to someone? I would think everyone wants to do it. I always find that some of the reasons why people don't do it is because of finances. They hear a price tag that, it is a hefty investment. Like, I mentioned $20,000, $15,000, $10,000. Some of these life coaching certification programs, that's what they're charging. I do believe what we're delivering far exceeds the value of what we're charging. But what would you say as far as someone who might be hemming and hawing, like, man, it's a lot of money. I don't know if I got that now. What would you say to a colleague or someone in your position of like, man, I really want to do that, but maybe I'll do it next year?
Well, it's simple. How much do you blow on Starbucks? Right? When you look at it, you have to, you have to know that you are worth it, right? This is an investment in yourself. It's about moving yourself. It's about creating better things for yourself. Like I said, I'm not sure. I would have paid $15,000 now. I'd probably pay more than that, and having gone through this. And really, if somebody's on the fence, it's simple. What do you owe yourself? Because at the end of the day, the only way you're going to get to that next level is you got to take that leap. You got to take the leap of faith. You got to believe in yourself. And if you have, hey, I'm one to raise my hands. I have my own self limitations. I battle those all the time, as we all do. At the end of the day, it's about getting better and surrounding yourself with a tribe of people that are absolutely unbelievable on a day in and day out basis, and setting the world on fire.
Yeah. Rob, thank you for your words. You and Yvette, spoke so eloquently about that. The best thing that anyone could ever say is a word of endorsement for a program. It means the world to me that you guys would share that and mean it. And it's meant so much in your, not just your coaching business, but your own personal life, right, on all levels on that. So thank you so much for that, guys. And please, I see a lot of love coming through from everyone for both Yvette and Rob. definitely you want to make sure that you follow them and do what do what they say, because they're doing a lot of great things right now. A couple of things I want to share, guys. Again, there's the application link if you want. Kelly's probably put it into the chat. Just go to toddurkin.com. A couple other bonuses, just so you know, I want to do for this cohort, because now I have my Impact X coaching calls. We have 2 different groups, and we're going to be launching several more. These are people who don't want to be coaches. They want to be coached. They don't want to be a coach. They want to be coached. The more inquiries that we have, hey, Todd, can you and your team coach me and do life coaching or success coaching with me? The more we grow our franchises, let's say there's 500 people in a location, their life coaching is part of that. You don't have to be live in the facility. Our networking team is going to be growing. So I want to have part of our program. I want to allow you to sit on 2 of my Impact X calls that I lead, see how it's done, and see some of the system that I use with our ongoing life coaching program for people who want to be coached. So the more you can get exposed to that, this is how you're going to be influenced to change even more lives moving forward. So the other one is, I love surprises. So, the surprise is, there's always surprises that I like to deliver, and you can ask any of those folks who were in the last program. Some of them were even doing workouts in my home gym. That's another story at the graduation. But there's always some surprises, and I just want to say thank you to Kelly and Lizzie and Julie, because all of this is delivered not only with me, because I am intimately involved in every aspect, but Julie has been with me now for about 20 years, both at Fitness Quest 10 and TDE, and she's my right-hand person on all things. And Kelly Watson, as the director of all of our coaching program, works so closely with Lizzie Merritt. These are 3 of the finest women that you'll ever be around, and those of you that know them know what I'm talking about. And my wife, Melanie, is always talking about these gals and those that are in our community, because Rob and Yvette both told you about the power of community. So I just got a couple more slides here for you all. As you ask questions, please drop your chats here in the chat. Jess Marag, guys, you got to hear this story. Jess was a full-time teacher, a teacher who quit her job. She quit her job after going through the program and said, I want to be a full-time life coach. Imagine, and I'm not, by the way, I'm not telling you to go quit your job. I'm not saying that. But Jess quit her job, teaching job, to become a life coach, right? And then Ernie Schramar, okay, as Ernie, he's up in Canada. His story is pretty awesome too. So you got to hear these stories real quick. Jess, can you please real quick share, Jess, if you would, just, you quit your job, teaching job, to become a full-time impact life coach. Are you on the line, Jess? And
oh, you better believe I'm on the line with my Packers cup.
With the mindset. Oh, we got Packers and Lions already talking smack. By the way, I'm seeing all the Super Bowl talk and this and that. I got Cowboy fans. If I go NFL, we're gonna go way longer than we really want to. So we got Jess, during graduation, you got to meet Jordan Love. He was training.
I did.
You got out and you got a chance to meet your fellow Packer quarterback. But Jess, talk about real quick, why the heck did you quit your teaching job to become a full-time life coach?
Well, a year ago, I was on the phone with Kelly Watson because I got the email about the coaching program. And I was telling her how after 25 years of teaching, how unfulfilled I felt, all those things you talked about previously, on this webinar. I just wasn't feeling fulfilled. I wasn't getting the same joy out of teaching, and I was wanting something more. And through a series of God whispers that if I spent time talking about them, we'd be here another 30 minutes. I was able to sign up for the course. And like Rob, like Yvette, the more I sunk into the course, the more I learned about myself, the more I figured out who I was, what my real purpose was. And I'm not going to cry this time, I promise. And I prayed, and I was coached, and I was led, and I knew this was where I needed to be. I started practice coaching. I started working with practice clients. I started seeing how I could change the world one person at a time. And it made all the difference in my life. And I threw everything into this. And by the time graduation came, I was like, all right, if I have 5 clients by July 5th, which was my birthday, and that also ended up being the last day you could resign from the district. You want to talk about a God whisper, right? And by July 5th, I had 4 clients, and my 5th one came on July 10th. So I've started my own coaching business. I'm also working with the Life Coaching Mastermind right now, next to Lizzie Merritt and Kelly Watson. And I am living a life that is filling me with so much joy that I can't put it into words. It's been just an amazing, life-changing experience. And guys, I'm here to tell you, finances will figure themselves out. The investment is worth every penny and tenfold, and it will change your life. There's not one coach I know who is in that program, all 44 of us, who won't tell you the same thing. I guarantee it. It's worth every penny, and it has made my life, I don't even know how to say it. Like it's turned it into something I never knew could be possible. And I've left that job that I was unfulfilled in, and I have found joy and passion and a purpose that I never knew I could find. So I can't say enough. I can't thank you enough. I can't smile enough to express how life-changing and amazing this process has been.
Jess, well, thank you. Congratulations for everything, because I hear from all your teammates just what a great job you're doing, as well as seeing it. And I hear from people in my circles as well of all the impact that you're creating. I know you're just getting started. And thank you for your kind words. I can't wait to see you in Montana. And for you being on here just to share a few words of wisdom. I look at that, guys, as just, not only did she take the course, but she gave up a career in teaching after umpteen years to say, I'm going to step into that next version of me. That's scary. It's scary. So lean in on it, Jess, right? Jess, put your email, your social media handle in there. Think about how scary, the fear that is like, man, I really want to do this, but I don't know. That's called getting to the next level, when you're going to take that leap and say, you know what? It's time. I'm not waiting until September of 2025 to do this, right? So thank you, Jess. I love you, girl. Please tell your hubby I said hello.
I
By the way,
will.
I love that hoodie. Looks good. I love it. Hey, one more. Ernie, let's go north of the border. We'll go up to Canada. I don't know why I said north of the border, and I feel like I'm talking Jersey now. It comes out when I start talking like the first north I go, I start talking Jersey. Ernie, good to see you, my friend.
How you doing, Todd?
Doing great, thank you.
Yeah.
How's everything there?
Hot, man. Would you believe I have to actually shut my phone off for a minute because it's sitting on the dash.
Overheat. Hey, Ernie, real quick.
Yeah.
How did your business and or life change from the certification?
When I first heard of the certification, I was looking. I started my personal training business, my practice, medical exercise, in 1993. So I've been at it for a long time. And since COVID, I've had the best years I've ever had, because I transitioned. But as much as I was thriving, I was found that I was getting bored. I just didn't feel fulfilled. And I was looking for something as to challenge me in a different way, and something I could bring to my clients. When I heard about the certification, so I went through it, and the thing that I found surprising was that, as I loved getting in the weeds with people's stories and solving problems, writing. I'm a writer. I love that. But the thing that I found surprising was that, as much as I loved working with new life coaching clients, I had this renewed passion for my training clients. So it had a really weird, I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting get into life coaching and gradually move away from training. The one thing I flipped was I now promote myself as a life coach / personal trainer, where it used to be personal trainer and then whatever else. So that's become my focus. And, you know, I had the best years I've ever had since COVID because my business changed. But this year, after going through the program, I'm 22% ahead of last year, which was my all-time record since 1993. So something's happened.
Wait, hey, this is good.
Yeah.
Last year, you had your best year ever, and then you say you're up this year with your life coaching 22% over last year, over your best year.
Correct. Yeah, for a couple of reasons. I have a new business or new practice, which is life coaching. I'm doing life coaching with my training clients and going through, just like Yvette said, she was her own first client. I was kind of the same thing. Gave me the guts to raise my rates for the first time. So I
remember that. I remember that. Yep.
When my rates went up, my business went.
Absolutely.
So it's been, there was thinking about, there's three things. So the new tools, the new energy. The second thing is the community. I'm literally talking professionally and personally with all the other life coaches, either, FaceTime or texting every day. We're always exchanging ideas or
love that.
Exchanged recipes yesterday. And then, so it's amazing. And I've even, listen, my story, Todd, I'm my wife's primary caregiver. She has MS. It's quite progressive. I'm actually down the street from my house. We're having a wheelchair ramp installed today. So, I'm going through stuff. I'm growing my business, but at the same time, my personal life is changing. So I've leaned pretty heavy into a few of my coaching colleagues who have coached me and helped me through that stuff. So there's a real amazing community, it's been great.
Well, Ernie, thank you for everything that you are doing, have done, and congratulations. That's huge. And thank you, because I remember you were one of the ones that were hemming and hawing last year because of your wife's situation. And one of the things, if you remember me talking about, is because you were tied to the gym all the time with your wife's condition deteriorating, life coaching gave you the opportunity to potentially coach a lot from home on Zoom and on the phone. And you could be anywhere.
My business is I'm about 80 to 90% virtual. And then in the afternoons, I do some home visit. I just came from a home visit. But it's as I said, my business grew, my rates went up during COVID and after COVID, and I'm working from home where I can be there where my family needs me, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, that's one of the things that we all want to do, is have that flexibility, have the opportunity to not only increase rates, but make more money. And at the end of the day, have more impact. And Ernie, that's what you're doing. So Ernie, brother, thank you, man. I can't wait to see you.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, brother. Good to see you. Thank you. So there you have it, guys. Just a few of our people that you heard from. And I'm going to close this out today with just saying a few words of, you heard it from 4 of our people. We could probably have all of them on the call, and they'd have similar type stories, all impactful. Know this is that with life coaching, or sometimes you want to call it success coaching, call it what you want. Something like, well, if I call it life coaching, it sounds like there's something wrong. No, it doesn't. But it's how you position it. We talk about positioning life coaching as a very viable way. Why? Because life coaching is a growing career and field that is going to give you the ability to coach people anywhere around the world. If you're a physical trainer, a coach, a strength and conditioning coach, a performance trainer like I am, I love the opportunity to be in Montana, New York, and I can coach anywhere around the world. And whether it be business coaching or life coaching, nothing is more impactful, because the systems that we use, you have what you can go in with our 10 forms of wealth and go in there and really target in different areas. And it's very systematic of the program that we deliver for you to go in there, and you have access to use those. So when you apply, there it is. Once again, the toddurkin.com website, apply. And September 9th, you have up to September 9th to apply. I'm going to recommend you do that sooner rather than later, because I'm not having a massive group. There is an application. It isn't go register and sign up. There's an application, sign up, and we'll get back to you with that, because I'm not looking for a massive group. I'm looking for a stealth group of people who really are committed to changing and being part of our community. And again, I share with you, the price is $34.99. If any of you want to have more coaching, there's more opportunity for you for additional coaching. If you want one-on-one coaching because you feel like, man, I don't know if that's going to give me enough one-on-one time, you have 6 opportunities, 5 with Kelly and or Lizzie on our team, and 1 with myself, which will be 90 minutes. If you want additional coaching, the opportunity is there. You don't need it, but if you want it, because last time several people wanted that, we give the same opportunity to you. If you want additional coaching, that would just take it up to $46.99, 6 months, 6 one-on-one calls, a year license, and all the bonuses if you wanted that higher level platinum level that you're there. I saw earlier one of our gals, Marcella Todd, who's in my mastermind program. Many of our mastermind members have taken the course as well because they're coaching, they're trainers, and they want to train and do life coaching. It's a great, wonderful way. So Marcella, thanks for the comment earlier on that. So you choose. If you'd like to step into the world of being a Todd Durkin Impact Life Coach, I would love the opportunity to coach you. I know the team is fired up. I'm fired up. September 15th, it all starts with our opening call, and it's going to be 6 months of intensive time. We have a complete schedule and calendar with all the calls, everything there, and you have a portal for up to a year to do all of that. So there's the prices on all of that. So my final questions, come on in, JC, come on in, babe. What if you could do these things? Like we talk about being the light. You know, what if you could be the lighthouse? What if that could be you? Not just helping people, but having the skills to transform lives. Transform lives, the name of the game. How do you find even more significance, not just success? That's called fulfillment. You get fulfillment and more purpose on that. So this is what each and every one of us is looking for. And my life's calling is to help more people deliver this so we can impact 100 million people, and that you're part of the mission and crusade to change 100 million lives. To be a lighthouse. Lighthouses, we talk about them all the time. It's the most altruistic thing ever designed by man, is a lighthouse. And they're designed to do one thing and one thing only: serve, 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 and serve. And if you would love to serve as a life coach, step into it today. Don't delay. Apply. Kelly, Lizzie, Julie, or myself will get back to you within a few days after reading your applications. We will read every single application that comes through with your life and all that. There's just a handful of questions, 6 questions to be exact in that. And want you to spend a little time on that and then be part of a meaningful movement, the movement to change more lives and develop more impact on that. Because at the end of the day, our name, our reputation as an impact life coach, when you're out there, I want the best in the business. People are committed to live the lifestyle personally and professionally, not just because you're a life coach, because you're living it every day. And I vow to you as the lead of all of this, when this all started as a seedling with Lizzie Merritt and Kelly Watson in Whitefish, Montana, a couple years ago, this is the fruits of everything that started with a seed. And I want to plant a seed in you today for your life coaching business, whether it be you're going to change jobs and give up a career like Jess Murr did and change literally her career, or you want it like a Rob Barr as a side hustle you can do, or you want to be like a vet who not only now trains people and is a life coach, but just wrote a book and now is speaking on platforms, just won our Impact Speakers course, and she's going to be speaking on stage with me at the Impact Summit 2025 already. These are people who are fired up, or like Ernie, who raised his business 22% already this year based on that. Now is the time. So how does this program differ? It's the total approach, mind, body, and soul. And we're going to give you the full system. I'm not holding anything back. There's not like, hey, sign up for 6 months. Oh, there's another level. There's only one level. It's called the Todd Durkin Impact Life Coaching Certification, and you get the whole shwammy. There's not an upsell to anything else. Like there's another, we're not holding anything back. You get the residency, you get the curriculum and everything there, and you're going to get all of the people, our entire community, not just the coaches and myself. You get the entire community all with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So I'm not going to read it. You know what you got to do right now. The time is to take action. You got to apply. It's the first step in becoming an impact life coach, is to apply. Think about it, pray about it, dream about it, go for a walk. I want this to be the right thing for you. And if it's the right thing for you, let me know, apply, And we're well on our way for you to become a Todd Durkin Impact Life coach, because after all, the purpose of life is to live a life of purpose. And whether you're here for another year, 5 years, 10 years, or like me, 60 more years until I'm 110. I don't know if anyone else been around 60 years or not like me, but we want to change a lot of lives in that time. We make a living by what we get. We make a life by what we give. So what is it? Now it's time to create impact. And if it's calling you, don't delay, take action. Make sure you apply. It's in the chat box. Get on your applications, apply if you like to. And if you don't want to, that's fine. Hopefully earlier on with all the coaching greatness and the content I shared, hopefully that was of great value for you with my lessons, my mistakes, the must-dos, and all the different aspects of being a great coach. Because after all, being a great coach on what it takes to be the best you can possibly be, that's what it's all about. So I'm going to open up for a Q&A. I've got Kelly here. Thank you, Kelly Watson, for driving down today, a few hours today to come down while I'm on the East Coast, to come down and meet and be part of our webinar. So Kelly, can we get through a few questions maybe here? We want to go out on the floor, or you want to stay right here?
Here if you want.
Okay, cool.
All right. So a couple of different questions. One is, what are ways to coach people from the inside out? You had mentioned that, and somebody was asking, what are some ideas on how to do that?
When you're part of this program, one of the things I'm going to challenge each and every one of you is I'm going to coach you from the inside out. I'm going to challenge your insides to step into you developing more of your own insides. What does that mean? That means more quiet time, meditation time, faith walk time, whatever faith walk means to you, you choose what that means to you. Because I believe that as our insides get congruent and there's not so much chatter that it's all over the place, you're feeling like, you know, you're a scattered ram, is how you train or coach someone from the inside out is you make sure your insides are purified, detoxified, and ready to coach someone, so that you're coming from a place where you can completely give yourself, and people feel you, and they feel you, and like, her energy is different. His energy is different. What is it? It's because a coach has coached you consistently for 3 months, 6 months, 6 years, 10 years, whatever it is. And because it's never easy, but you're walking in that path where then when you go coach somebody, you can then pull out of them and hold them accountable to their actions. At the end of the day, when I talk about fulfillment and significance comes from the inside. So I have to coach you to make sure that we work on the inside. Is the outside part of it? 100%. I'm going to ask you to step up all aspects of your game in this 6-month period. You're going to get it. You're going to be getting me coaching you, because the only way for you to learn is for me to coach you on how to do this. So you'll experience it when you step in. So everything from quiet time, meditation, prayer time, journaling time, writing time, exercise, I'm going to give you, and the coach are going to give you in the portal. This is how you nourish your inside. And by nourishing your inside, you're going to get an aha, and you're going to get a dream inside of you that's going to be imparted, not necessarily by what I said, Kelly said, or Lizzie said. It's because of something that I'm saying in one of the portals or one of the live calls every darn week. And you're going to think of something because the vibration in that Zoom room or live is going to make you think of something that you wouldn't normally think of. And perhaps you've already thought of it on this call, or maybe it's going to come on September 15th when we kick this bad boy off. But that's what coaching on the inside is all about, is exactly that. You're going to be getting a lot of the inside of me, and you're going to be feeling that, because I'm going to challenge you to work on your insides. And it's okay if, like, oh man, I'm all jacked up on the inside. All of us have been or are. We want to get as congruent as possible with that. So that's what I mean by coaching from the inside out. Sorry for the long answer.
Actually, a couple people asked this question. How do you build a winning, contagious culture at your gym or in your community?
Oh,
Top 3 ideas.
that's going to be on the webinar on September 21st. Like, that's a great question. Like, how do you build a winning, contagious gym? Ernie, all you folks north of the border, I just taught on this in CanFit Pro last week about that. Some of the ways you build a winning culture is it starts with you again. It starts with you. Coaches and leaders, if you're a GM, and Rob Barr, we've talked about this with thousands of members at the Detroit Athletic Club. on this, but even out at IXP, how do you create this and start to replicate that culture? Is it starts with you as a leader, with what you're talking about. Communication is crucial right now. And I'm done with this webinar at 3 o'clock on the East Coast. I'm going with our 7 franchisees, and I'm going to be giving them our vision for the next 10 years, 3 years, 1 year, all the way, down to the now. That's called leadership. If you want a great culture, you got to lead. You got to lead. They got to know where your mission is, where your vision is. I just share with you on the mission. All of our 7 are going to know that part of our mission and vision includes life coaching. That's why Kelly's here. We're going to then share with them. Part of it is life coaching. We're going to have life coaches in every one of our locations. Again, soon to be hundreds in several years out, where we have lighthouses all over the country, and life coaches are part of that. So as far as developing a world-class culture, it comes down to your daily walk and the discipline to do the things that are important on your habits, that you're leading the way, that you're asking them to lead. You're saying the things that need to be said, but you're doing the things that need to be done. That you're sweeping the floors, or you're doing the things that you don't want to do, or when you're tired, you continue to do the work. And lastly, nowadays, one of the things I talked about in Canada is this. It comes down to community. It comes down to community. A great culture is the community. So what are you doing to grow your community there at your facility, in your studio? Like, how are you keeping together? I told the team today, guys, I don't want them leaving IXP. I want them training here, getting all the recovery here. We have a world-class recovery facility. We have life coaching here. We have faith here. You don't need to leave the sanctuary. You don't need to leave, but that's going to require either us to get the right people on the team, right? You as life coaches, or whoever those are. And then once they're here, is we can deliver the experience that is necessary, because people want experiences these days. When we go to Montana, if you're going to be with us in Whitefish, Montana, people want experiential. They don't want to sit from 8 to 5 and just listen to me talk the whole time. We want to get out and experience some life and mountains and challenges. And part of developing a world-class culture is developing that community and doing activities together as well. I could talk all day on a world-class culture and community. Hopefully that gave you a few nuggets on that. But part of life coaching is a community, as well as all 4 of our folks said today about the community that exists inside of the Impact Life Coaching community. Good question. Kelly?
Wayne is on. He's got to go, but he asked if you would give him a second. He has something he'd love to say.
Wayne Cotton. Wayne Cotton is on. Canadian. Come on, Wayne. Speak to us, brother.
Just want to say a couple of words. I've known you for a lot of years. And I was one of your mentors. But as I said in a workshop I was doing for your group, sometimes the mentor becomes the mentee. And you've been a mentor to me for a lot of years. And I think the value that you deliver is way over the top. Like, it's huge. It's absolutely huge. This program is fabulous. And, I charge $15,000 for a program that is 9 weeks of 90 minutes a week, and then 90 minutes a month for the balance of a year. I do it all virtually. Like, you're giving so much more, way, way over the top. And if I was doing your pricing, it'd be a whole lot bigger than it is right now. Just know that this guy is delivering incredible value, and his heart is in it, and his head is in it, his soul is in it. And everything he's doing is absolutely fabulous, Todd. You are going over the top, and it's great. Appreciate you, pal. Love
Wayne,
you, man.
I love you, Wayne. You'll always be my mentor, man. You'll always be my mentor. I love you. I thank you. There's special people coming to your life. Wayne doesn't forget my dad's birthday. He doesn't forget little things that I'm like, man, I want to be like him when I grow up. Wayne, not a lot of people in the world like Wayne Cotton, guys. And everything that Wayne charges, he's worth. And I'm telling you, all you have mentors in your life, I'm sure, I hope. I'd love to be a mentor to you through this program or through any of our coaching programs. But mentors, I shared that. Mentors have mentors. And he said, although maybe, in some ways I've mentored him, he'll always be my mentor. And Pastor Jeremiah is one of my mentors. I told him that. Wayne Cotton is someone I could pick up 7 days a week, pick up that phone and talk to. And he's part of our family, part of our community. And he knows this. If there's something I can do to help him out on any level, I will. Wayne Cotton, I love you, brother. Thank you for those words, man.
You too, pal. Thank you back. Talk to you
Love
later.
you.
Everybody. Bye for now.
I'll do 1 or 2 questions left, guys, and then we'll get going. I know everyone's busy, but I wanted to share coaching greatness with you today in the 5 ways to ignite more passion and purpose and impact in your life. But Kelly, do we have 1 or 2 more, maybe?
Yeah, there was a question about you, just a personal question. What are some of your top habits and routines to keep yourself great?
Great question. I'll preface it by saying read True Strength, because what's really key is what your habits are when things aren't good. Because True Strength, I depict a 3.5-year period about when things were really tough physically, when my back gave out and I was trying to work on all myself because my habits in that time were really dialed in, but in a different way. So read that if you're battling in some way these days. Right now, the most important habits I have, I bookend my days, and my bookends are important with how I start my day and how I finish my day. And it starts with how I finish my day, because when I get off the phone and my nighttime routine is dialed in, that last hour where I take the phone off, computer off, and get some additional stretching time. I'm working on flexibility. Reading, I'm finding that I got away a while back from not reading as consistently as I needed to read to allow my mind to relax and not think about life and business and everything all the time. So reading is really relaxing. Obviously saying my evening prayers. Sometimes you're so tired, it's just like 5 minutes of just reflection for me. I created my impact journal in the midst of all the chaos in 2021 about my nighttime routine. And part of it is journaling, is because the journaling has become part of a prayer and listening. But 5 minutes I try to spend in quiet time and just reflecting on what happened on the day, what am I most grateful for, and that's the evening. But in the morning, it's like routine. I've got to do these things if I want to have a good day, not even a great day. If I want to have a good day and feel like I'm myself, so to speak, is that quiet time in the morning for a few minutes. I get my workout in most mornings of the week. I get my quiet time now more after my workout, because I'm finding that when I can journal after my workout, my mind is really opened up and I can think and I can dream after my workout because my mind is on. And so if I work out for 45 to 60 minutes and then I journal or write for 15, 20 minutes, I get all my thoughts clear on that. And the last thing is, this is kind of funny to say, a little not embarrassing, but it shows you how dialed in. I'm traveling right now for 10 days on the East Coast, 10 days. My wife, Melanie, was like, man, you got a long trip. Well, I'm working with a nutritionist right now that's having me journal everything I eat, because it's not easy to eat well when you're on the road. And I'm writing down everything I eat. And when you write down everything you eat, you tend to eat a little bit better because you got someone holding you accountable. Because then you start eating pizza all the time and you're eating stuff on your planes and you get off track. Guess what happens? You become average. So I needed to kick it up a notch on that. And I'm having my nutritionist really hold me accountable so I can dial in what to eat, what not to eat, eliminating some things from my diet. So I share that embarrassingly, but not embarrassing, because it's a habit of, I want to come back 10 days later in better shape, in better health than that. So that's just something that right now. And then lastly, I'll say this is, I'll take a Wayneism here, is the sprint, rest. I'm in a very, very big sprint right now with a lot of things. Impact X Performance kicking off. We got the trainings here most of the week, and then I'm down at William & Mary with football and speaking, and a big trip. Is the rest is got to be on the back side of that, and I'll take time to recover, rest, mellow yellow time, because I want to reiterate this, but you followed me or you followed Wayne for a long time. If you don't get that, you will burn out. I know that firsthand. You will get exhausted, and we all sometimes teeter on that. Permit yourself and don't feel guilty when you take the time off like I used to. And sometimes even need to like remind myself of, it's not bad to take time off. It's actually really good. And life coaches, we want to tell our people that, but you also want to be doing what you're saying to do. So it's actually very healthy to step away and go to Montana to work on your business or work on your life, or to take mellow yellow time and step away for a vacation and let your people know you're taking mellow yellow time. So those are some of the habits, Kelly, that recently, like, this is real time. Like, I'm journaling what I'm eating, what I'm, doing, what I'm drinking, not drinking, all these things. So guys, I know it's been a long time on here, man, almost 2 hours. But thank you for all those great questions. They're coming in at a rapid pace. So thank you. Kelly, any other final thoughts?
Leah just raised her hand there. I see Leah Brene.
Leah, go ahead, Leah.
I just have one question because I'm actually doing your worksheet from CanFit. Did discovering your core values come like really easy to you, or is it something that just was like very natural, or was it something that came over time that consistently changes? I'm just trying to like, I have a long list that I've kind of created into a short list, but I'm wondering if that's like normal or if they should be really like a lot more passionate and like stand out more to me.
Lee, it's a great question. Thank you. Which workshop were you in? I was talking core values in the Good Life workshops.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. What you're talking about, identifying core values, because I did a lot of coaching in that session. It was a keynote for Good Life Fitness. There's 250 or so Good Life Fitnesses. And I was doing life coaching, success coaching to all the managers, leaders, and trainers in there. One of the questions of about the 10 I asked is, what are your core values? To answer your question, like, how do you discover them? What I would ask you this, Leah, would be, when it comes to discovering your core values, is take away all the people in your life right now and think about, if no one's watching, what's most important to you? What are the things that make you you? What are those things in your life that you just cannot live without? Like, one of them might be honesty. If honesty is something that, the one thing that really, if someone is dishonest with you or not telling the truth, like, honesty for me is one of my top 3. Honesty is huge. Then you would put it down. You could have 3, you could have 10. There's no right or wrong answers. The reason I ask that question to anyone, including when you're in the life coaching program about core values, is reminding yourself of that, is because you want to find jobs or careers that align with your core values. You want to align with coaches or programs that align with your core values. That hard work is another one of my core values that I have, is you have the discipline to do the hard work that's necessary. So how do you find that? You get some quiet time and you think about, who is Leah Brene? Who is she? Strip away everything else. Who is she at her core? Because those virtues and values that you live by make you who you are. It's why your friends love you, your parents love you, your sisters and brothers may love you. Like, this is maybe a core value is integrity, doing what is right when no one else is watching. So you answer these questions, and it takes time, and it's a good question because it sounds sometimes like so rhetorical, like, what are your core values? And just write down your core values. But when you stop and think about, who am I? What makes me unique? And what are my non-negotiables? What are the non-negotiables that I cannot live without or have to live with? And this is what makes you who you are, right? If you prefer, Lee, I'll end with this. Like, I'm going to be in 20 minutes sharing with the team some core values that we have at IXP, at Impact X Performance. You can make an acronym like IMPACT, because living inspired, mastering your craft, playing at world class, those are values that we're going to stand by on a corporate level. But what's important is that anyone that is going to be part of our culture aligns with their personal core values with the corporate values in which they work. That's important, because if you want to have long-standing relationships with your company one way or the other, then you got to find your core values align. Otherwise, you got an organization that is full of chaos and there's a lot of turnover, and that doesn't develop a world-class organization. When you talk about world-class culture and how do you develop that, a lot of it comes back to the beginning of what are your values? What do you stand for? So, Leah, it's a good question. Thank you for asking it. Awesome. Kelly, anything else on that?
That's good.
Good.
Gave a huge shout out to Catherine Campbell, who is on from Brisbane, Australia. It's about 5 a.m. there. She's been on this call since 3 a.m. So I want to give her a special shout out.
No way. We may have to have graduation in Australia. I love it.
Right?
I love
Pretty
it.
good.
Wow, Catherine, thank you so much for joining us. So she got up at 3 a.m. to come on to this. Guys, that's called being in the room. Like, you can listen to the recording. Thank you if you are, but to get up at 3 a.m. because she didn't want to miss it, that shows me a level of commitment. Like, wow, that's really, really awesome, Catherine. So, man, I can't wait to get back to Australia. I was just saying a couple weeks ago to my wife, in the next couple of years, got to get back to Australia. It's been pre-pandemic since we've been over that way. But thank you for being here. For all of you, thank you for being here. Whether you're live, you're listening via recording later on. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in there now. We can get back to you and answer some of the questions later on. You'll be hearing from me over the next couple of weeks. You have to September 9th. But again, I want to encourage you not to, if you think you want to do this, not to wait to apply. If you want to talk to any of us, just let us know. Drop us an email on that. But apply and get in the game if you want to be a life coach. And I can promise you this, as Wayne Cotton just said, there will not be any other program on the planet that will rival what we're delivering, especially for the value that you're going to be getting for the price that you'll be paying. If you want to step into being an impact life coach, now is that time, because when September 15th starts, that's going to start the next 6-month program. We only do one of these a year. So you can't start in January or June of next year of 2025. Don't delay. Step into yourself right now. And I want to say thank you for all your comments, all the questions that came through. God bless you. Have an awesome day, everyone, an awesome week. If you're going to be down in Virginia area, Wednesday night, I have a True Strength book signing in Williamsburg, Virginia. I'll be at the William Mary football game on Thursday night on the sideline doing my tomahawk chop against VMI. And then Saturday, I'll be in Chantilly, Virginia, right outside Washington, D.C. If you're in the, I see you. Awesome. I see some of y'all going to be at that D.C. one. I can't wait to see that 7:30 workout, followed by an impact and True Strength talk, along with a book signing. And then we got Davidson versus Georgetown football that I'll be at on Saturday. That'll culminate the 10 days here on the East Coast. I love being on the East Coast. I just love being over here. So thank you all for a great, great day. Get after it. Have an awesome day. Thank you to our 4 guests today who showed up. Really, really special. Yeah, round of applause. Thank you. Thank you. Great job, all 4 of you guys. And thank you for your words of wisdom. Really awesome. Yvette, thank you. And Jess, Ernie, thank you. Jess, Yvette, and Rob, you guys were absolutely awesome. Guys, have an awesome day. Love you guys. We'll talk soon. I can't wait to see you on the other side. Todd Durkin Impact Life Coaching Certification Program is now open for enrollment between now and September 9th. I'll see you guys sometime between now and the 15th. And if not, let me know how I can serve you. I look forward to seeing you soon. God bless y'all. Thanks. Bye, everybody. All right, you guys.